The head of the Canadian Federation of Independent Business has called the Canada Post strike by some 55,000 workers, quote, really bad timing. Dan Kelly says that port workers are back on the job, but now they're going to struggle to get goods out to customers because of the postal strike. The CFIB's Director of National Affairs joined us earlier to explain the impact of the strike.
Surveyed our member, and about 75%, three quarters, feel like they will be negatively affected by this strike, and 79% are concerned about it. So even if they're not directly affected, they know that it can have important impacts. So of course, there's many ways that businesses rely on Canada Post. It's not just a question of delivering parcels, for which, okay, there may be several alternatives available, but they do cost a lot more. It's also that many small business owners are still heavily reliant on paper processing or traditional mail to send out invoices, to receive and send payments. So all that is going to affect their business and their cash flow. So those are some of the key considerations: is those paper bills, those paper invoices, there's those checks that are being mailed out aren't necessarily going to be sent or received. But with regards to paper packaging, ultimately if they can pivot, it's going to cost more, but many of them are used to having one reliable provider. And so this means that they will be having to sort of try to find alternatives to help ensure that their clients are served. And they are looking to serve their clients. They do want to ensure that the impacts will be minimized. Key, though, is those alternatives do likely cost more. And where we're going to see the greatest impacts are probably going to be in those rural or remote communities where there isn't as much presence of those alternatives. We're calling primarily on both parties to negotiate an agreement promptly. But if this persists, yes, the government should be using the tools at its disposition to bring the parties together and to settle the conflict.